All right, collective messages. Okay, what about you makes you unique? Let's get into it. So, before I started the reading, I heard Call of Duty. So, Call of Duty could be significant for some of you. You may find that that's a game that you enjoy playing, or that's the type of energy that you have. Like, you're assertive, you're somebody that's not afraid to approach the edge. You have a bit of edge about yourself. But with the Two of Cups and memories comfort us, I also feel like you have a deep connection to the divine. Spiritually, you're tapped in. You're somebody that's intuitive and intuitively led. You could be somebody that's a channeler. I'm also getting mediumship abilities. So you may have a sensitivity when it comes to spirits being around you. I feel like you could possibly have ancestors around you too, loved ones from the other side that accompany you on your journey and observe you. And this is also giving me reflection. So I also feel like you find deep comfort within your own solitude, and you have a ease about yourself that makes people feel comforted in your presence, where it's not hard for you to connect with others and put yourself in other people's shoes and also make them feel at home around you. With the Page of Pentacles and Stop Complaining, I'm getting transmuter of negative energy. You see moments of negativity as opportunities for growth. So when you hear somebody complaining, I feel like you don't really take it personally. You look at situations from a standpoint of how you can fix it. You could be a really good problem solver, somebody that is solution based, is able to come up with ways to fix situations. But this is giving me somebody that's a student and someone that gains knowledge through experience. So you also may be very prone to observing other people's situations that may not be so desirable, so that you don't end up in their shoes, essentially. You're somebody that uses the wisdom that you gain from other people's situations and applies it. You also have this entrepreneur mind is what I'm getting. You know how to find the loopholes in situations and create solutions when they present themselves. With the Ten of Wands, and this is bullshit in reverse, I got you're somebody that has carried much a responsibility. Maybe from a very young age, you've had your fair share of load to carry. You may have found that people come to you with their problems. People wanted you to bear the load of whatever it is that they were going through. And once again, that fixer energy. But I also feel like this is a reflection of you being equipped to carrying heavy weight. You also may be somebody that enjoys weightlifting, where doing much is something that challenges your strength, and you're somebody that enjoys that. With the Eight of Swords, it's not a big deal. You're not somebody that allows social beliefs or self-limitations or impose limitations to restrict you. You're somebody that enjoys to break out of the box. This is giving me the spirit of a fighter, somebody that enjoys proving people wrong also, and even proving it to yourself that you're capable. You may have this nonchalance about yourself that I feel like in some cases people may actually be envious of, because you come off as if you can handle anything. You come off as if there's nothing that's too big for you, or like you're capable even in difficult situations. And the things that people may make mountains out of, you see as molehills. It's like, all right, this is it. I can take it. You find a way to free yourself no matter the situation. And there's a level of detachment about you that I feel like also makes you more desirable. And you also have this way of seeing life through the lens of love, seeing life through the lens of positivity and beauty. The Knight of Wands and I Dare to Declare My Love, you're very passionate. You have this energy that hits the ground running. You're somebody I feel like that doesn't hesitate when it comes to taking on new experiences or new activities. You get a thrill out of pushing yourself, out of challenging yourself. And it's in your heart, whatever it is, before you physically obtain it, whatever it is that you set your mind to. You could be somebody that has a larger than life personality, someone that is daring and is lit by your own flame for life. But you're also not afraid to try new things. And there's this courage and willpower that I feel like you possess, which makes you both creative and sought after. With this Do Not Panic card, I'm getting fierceness. You're somebody that takes charge, and you don't let fear stop you. So you could also be somebody that's very brave. All right, we got, please leave a voicemail. It's okay to doubt, and tomorrow's another day. And I feel like this is a reflection of your ability to push through doubt. You may have moments where you doubt, but you don't let that stop you. You recognize that there is still another chance for you to do whatever it is that you want. And so you don't let that stress you out. And I feel like that's also something about you that's unique. You don't let stress get the best of you. You may have moments of vulnerability or moments where you feel tapped out, but you keep going, and I feel like you recharge through solitude. With this Better Alone Than in Bad Company. You're somebody that gets your fuel back by taking a step away. For some of you, it's going outdoors and connecting with nature, getting some fresh air. But you're somebody that's going to go within and seek guidance as well as recuperate. We got the Devil, the Queen of Cups. I feel like this is a reflection of, those negative thoughts, those moments of temptation. With the Four of Cups, I feel like this is your observance, your willingness to see those moments as opportunities to gain wisdom with the High Priestess here. and plan ahead, you know, to look forward and to figure out what your next moves are instead of allowing the situation to determine how you move. And Six of Wands here, you know, that's how you gain your victory. That's how you gain your traction, is by taking a step back, pausing, you know, gaining your connection, going within with your skill, you know, your reflection, and then coming back with this type of energy, ready to take on whatever it is that you're being faced with. Take these messages as they resonate. Whatever doesn't resonate, leave behind. Like, comment, and share. If this resonated with you, drop a yellow heart in the comment section. Catch you in the next one. Peace.